Her confirmation hearing is set to begin October 12th, and tonight, all eyes are on Supreme Court Justice nominee Amy Coney Barrett. We talked to Ball State political science professor Dr. Chad Kinsella after President Trump's announcement to weigh in on what her nomination means for the Supreme Court. So Chad Kinsella, a Ball State political science professor, joins us now. And Chad, obviously we're talking about the Supreme Court choice of President Trump a little bit earlier on Saturday. What does President Trump's choice of Judge Amy Coney Barrett really mean? I mean, if she's confirmed, what would that mean for the court?
What will probably happen is it will switch the court, continuously more conservative. And I think that was the goal of really any Republican president. So that's probably what's going to happen. There's no guarantee how she'll rule on certain things, but it would seem likely that it will switch push the court further to the right and more conservative.
And Chad, is there any significance to her being from Indiana?
Well, it'll probably help that she's, I think she's originally from Louisiana, but again, she's a Notre Dame law grad. She was a professor at Notre Dame, so she's a Midwestern woman, Catholic. So it checks, some key boxes, of some key constituencies that President Trump really needs to bring over to his camp in order to win the presidential election for sure.
Right, and obviously this election year we're in right now, but what effect will this have? And maybe talk about what precedent, what history maybe shows us.
Well, it would be interesting, and there's been a lot of arguments, especially by Democrats. They're not real happy. They wanted to wait until the election was over to replace Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat on the court. But given it's going to be a very close presidential election, the Senate is definitely in play and is actually looking more favorable for Democrats. So it makes sense, for Republicans to go ahead and do that now. It'll be interesting to see how the public, views that, and if they, are not happy about that, there could be, an electoral price to pay for pushing this through so quickly.
And how long could the confirmation process take?
I think they're going to make it as fast as they possibly can. It could probably take, I would imagine at least a week or two. I think, and again, they're going to try to move this really, really fast and have this all totally done, before the election is upon us.
A lot of great insight.
Again, they'll move fast.
Right. Well, Chad, thank you so much for your time this evening. We really do appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Alrighty.